Dear students, welcome back. It is the second video for week 7, lesson 13 and 14, and we are learning official correspondence or formal letter writing. In the video 1, we learned about the importance of letter writing as one of the very significant portion of official communication, and we have to write letters and emails for the different purposes. Dear students, we further learned the formats of letter writer, block style, indent block style, and parts of the letter like heading, inside address, body of the letter, closing, and signature. Let me repeat the same concept, that what are the main parts of the letter and what should we make sure in that. As you know, first part is heading, and heading includes the name of the writer, okay, address of the writer, and clear, and then we give space and the date, then the recipient's name in whom you are writing a letter. Normally it is authority, some officer, okay. Then you write the organization, office address, then we give one line space, and here we write the salutation or the respectable titles to start the discussion. Dear students, we also give here subject lines, because most of the organization like banking, okay, and similarly embassies, they produce the letters normally that contain subject line, that is the heading, for example the title of the letter. Fine. So heading, subject line is given, and then the body of the letter. Body of the letter is divided into 3 portions, okay. Paragraph 1, in which we introduce ourselves and the problem. In second section, we normally explain the problem in detail, and in the third section we express our want or will or wish, that what we want from the authority. Clear? And that is also called supination or the request. And 8th portion is, again, we give one line space and complimentary close or closing with respectable words like respectfully, sincerely, love, okay, yours obediently. Fine. So such expressions to express the courtesy are shared. And down we write name and our designation in case we are also possess some position, and then the signature, plus one thing additional is the stamp of the organization. Clear? They are the one of the major components of the letter writing. Dear students, one more important point we keep in mind is to follow the writing process, that whatever you are going to produce, whatever you are going to pen down, that must be chalked or outlined first, okay. Then draft it, put all the details okay, in it, the relevant facts. Once you have drafted the entire letter, drafting means you have put it into the sentences and paragraph structure and format, then revise it. Check the main facts, linguistics, transitions, okay, and other things. Edit and proofread, okay, and then finally, when it is completely fault free according to your approach, then we must uh, publish it on the given format, whether you have to take prints, okay, what should be the A4 size page or clear, and then the matter whether you have to mail it or whether you have to send it as an online. Look at this. For example, if you send letter like this, and here you find a grass mistake, if we don't follow the format, letter writing, or the writing process, we ignore the writing process, then these mistakes, which are very graphic and say very eliminated, but you open mistake, clear? So these mistakes may occur. Fine. I'm sure that you have once again learned the main parts of the letter. Next, these are the formats we have already discussed, and here we would love to learn about some of the varieties of the uh, business letters. These are so many, like cover letters, thank you letters, complaint letters, adjustment letters, bad news letters, acknowledgement letters, memos, congratulatory letters, response letters, letters of request, sales letters, resignation letters. Fine. There are varieties of the letters. Okay. So we start. Let's explore what are the cover letters. Cover letters normally are the letters which we pin while sending some package, something to other people, clear? For example, you have sent a gift of books, you have sent a gift of gadgets, okay, utensils to another person in another company, okay, and you must write a letter with it in which you ought to express that an address, that what are these gadgets and why are you sending and how are you sending, okay. So they are called cover letters. Similarly, cover letters are used for application. For example, you have applied somewhere, clear, sent your CV, and along with your entire file, okay, we write a cover letter stating that you are applying for this position, and in this file or application you have sent a number of documents, clear, and all the necessary points which guide the authority, which guide that officer. Fine. This is a very formal way. So a variety of the cover letters are written and we have to write. Thank you letters, clear, to pay regard, and to pay regard, to show respect, we have to send thank you letters, clear. For example, you have been invited from an organization to participate in a dinner and to give a talk or to uh, teach, give a conversation on technical, okay, you have attended the organization seminar or function. Later on when you come, you should write a thank you letter in which you acknowledge the services and regard of that person. Fine, let's see it. There can be, these can be great for networking and relationship building. That cover letters are important for networking and relationship buildings. Don't just write thanks for, leave it at that. Provide more details about why did and how did it help you, and then close with the second expression of the thankfulness. Mean it is the only work, एक ही काम है कि अपने रिलेशन को बेहतर बनाने के लिए लोगों को जो आप थैंक यू लेटर्स लिखते हैं, दे आर वन ऑफ द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, एंड कंपनीज डू राइट दिस वेदर they when they invite some person, okay, and take service, they do write thank you. Complaint letters. Complaint letters are to demonstrate that you are displeased without being over the top angry. I mean, complaint letters is that in business, you know that business is a matter of relationship and exchange, in which often the products delay, clear, lost, okay, and there can be any inaccuracy, inadequacy can happen, and obviously this behavior sometimes resents the customer. गुस्से में आ जाते हैं लोग, clear, and then they want to inform, because that is the first right of the customer, to inform the company about the product, their errors, and the loss they are facing due to that kind of behavior or mistake, but they express it with some logical manner in a civilized ways. There the cover letters are written, clear. Therefore complaint letters are written. So complaint letters are one of the very frequent form of letters utilized in the business world. Adjustment letters. Once you have registered a complaint, clear, let's read. This is a response to a complaint letter. I mean, this is a response to a complaint letter on the behalf of a company. For example, you have purchased a laptop and the laptop had some manufacturing error, okay, due to which you suffered. You wrote a complaint to the company stating the condition and the loss you were given by that gadget or laptop. Okay, your letter is received. The company listened, read out the letter, and then they adjusted you. They asked you to replace the machine, and they also sorry for that. That type of letters are called adjustment letter. Okay, let's read. This is a response to a complaint letter. The point is to be humble in the response and to offer the potential solution. You want to avoid bringing or burning bridges and instead use your response as a relationship building tool. Okay, a little difficult language, but let me make it easier. That rather than enlarging the dispute and calling into the courts and entering into litigation, कि अगर हम किसी की बात नहीं सुनते कस्टमर की, तो फिर वहां पर वेस्ट में और इवन इन Pakistan now or in subcontinent, people go to courts. They are called consumer courts. Fine. So then the intelligent, wise managers often write, they do adjustment as much as they can. Bad news letters. Bad news letters are sugar-coated expressions for some bad expression, some blow or something. Mean, जब कोई बुरी खबर सुनानी हो, for example, you applied for a vacancy, okay, and you have gone through the entire process, and in the interview, till interview you gone, but unfortunately you couldn't be hired. Fine. And now the company wants to uh, they want to intimate you about your failure in that, or not be able to clear select it. They would write bad newsletters, clear, in which they will express that we are writing in response to your application. Okay, we are quite thankful that you spared your time and took and participated and cooperated in throughout the writing in the hiring process, but we are sorry not to be able to consider your application. I mean, they are the start. Bad newsletters, just they bad newsletters in a very soft words. Okay, and in the bad newsletters they give the reasons of the incapability or the reason of failure in that particular field they are stated. Fine. So bad letters are written in a very meager tone, sorrowfulness, showing sympathy. So they are the bad news letters. Okay. And you experience these things when you apply in universities, colleges, and abroad, especially in the corporate sector. You receive such kind of expression, acknowledgement letters. Acknowledgement letters that you received an item from someone, or that you are aware of the fact or error they pointed you. Let the receiver know when you received the package or information, and then thank them for it. Acknowledgement letters means normally when in writing world, or in, for example, uh, you are a writer and you have written a book. Okay, some of your reader have studied your book and find out some errors, and these errors truly existed. He informed you, and in response you liked it, and you wrote acknowledgement letter. Okay, that is one. Acknowledgement letters is also that when you appreciate the effort of someone in any case of designing, research, development. Fine. So such letters are very common. Memos are also a kind of letters often used to spread important news and directives inside a company. The point with memos is to be fast and to the point with your communication. Means memos are called circulars. They are a quick medium or tool to express information, to broadcast information in the organization. Fine. Where the management feels that they cannot call a full-fledged meeting in a conference. Fine. They send the memos, and memos are very common everywhere. Normally in schools, colleges, universities, memos are written, especially the situation in like these days when the opposition is staging many demonstrations, and they have called for the protest or hartal. Okay, universities often issue such directives, such points for the guidance of the uh, teachers and students, that what is the policy and how they are going to teach. All that message is emailed or in written form or on the notice board, instant communication. Fine. So memos are one of the letters, clear, to express information about instant matter, policy matters, clear, to the employees of the same management. Students, I'm sure that you have learned about these points. Let's move. Congratulatory letters. Congratulatory letters means when we want to encourage and give good news or share good tidings. For example, uh, for example, another person who had applied for a position and he passed through the entire process, and finally the recruiting team decided to hire. The HR department would write a letter, congratulatory letter, saying, we are quite pleased to inform you that you have successfully completed the process and been selected as a trainee software engineer in our organization. Clear. This entire process you proved well, and you have scored very good marks in the written test, and especially in the interview your personality convinced the everyone. Fine. So they are the good newsletters where you appreciate the skills and traits of someone. Fine. But you do not become over excited, or we do not exaggerated the matter. Just in a medium level, whatever appreciation is possible, we make. Response letters. Response letter, it is about explaining or listing of how a request was fulfilled. Response letters are there that when someone, for example, you applied purchased a machine, okay, laptop, and it was not fit, you lodged a complaint. Okay, the company read about, received your problem, and then they wrote an adjustment letter that we are sorry for not for this inconvenience. Clear. We are ready to replace this machine with another one. Clear. And the other day they have sent you a machine. Now it is your duty to write back that I'm very thankful for your quick response and appreciate your efforts to managing a machine within time. Clear. Response letters. Letter of request. These are letters to ask for help without groveling or being overly emotional. Letters of request. When you want to take admission, for example, you have applied for a job, you have taken an admission, okay, you want to seek some favor. These application letters, they are called letters for the request, and these letters have to be written with dignity and appeal. Clear. And they should not be over emotional, they should be based on logic, reason. Yes, we can mingle or include little better words to to convince that person. मतलब ये है कि बेटा आपने अगर लेटर में रिक्वेस्ट करनी है तो खुशामदी अल्फाज, ज्यादा जज्बाती हो जाना, ये नहीं होना चाहिए. फाइन. सेल्स लेटर्स. Sales letters are the letters written for the business purposes. For example, you are selling laptops, you are dealing in designing softwares, and you want to sell it, therefore you write letter. This is also kind of the request type. Fine. But here you write about your product. Clear. Mean, dear Mr. Nadeem. Mean you are written a letter, Mr. Nadeem, the principal advanced or the principal scans college of computers. Clear. Uh, with due respect, yeah, you start anyway, that we are pleased to inform you that we deal in the latest computer, laptops, and other gadgets which are normally used in education, specifically in software development others. And since you are a very respectable organization and always need the latest machine for the development purposes, here we offer you to purchase machines of the high quality from us on compatible on uh, or better rates. Clear? This is a kind of sales letter. Resignation letters, uh, again, when some person is working in a position and for some reason he wants to leave that organization. Clear? And according to the rule of law, every employee should give 1 month advance notice to the organization that he is going to leave. Fine. And meanwhile, the organization managed another person to replace him. Fine. So resignation letters are routine letters in which people, especially in the private organizations, uh, switch from one job to another job. And there they state the reason of leaving the job or leaving the position. Fine. Dear students, in this video, we have learned about the varieties of different business letters in the business environment according to the different situations. Thank you very much.